Okay, that was almost. I'm almost on time. I'm only 5 minutes late, but 3 of those minutes were the countdown. What's up, people? I'm not gonna waste too much time on this because it actually makes it seem like I'm almost organized and I know exactly what I'm doing, and that's only half true. So actually, see, I wanted to see. I have to figure out the countdown runs the media source, which is the Prince loop that's in the back. But if I have the countdown, the media source too loud, when I fade in to hear the main screen, then it's not going to... I just have to figure it out. It's a me problem. 95% of my problems are me problems. All right. Enough. Here we go. This is what you're here for. You're here to see what's coming out tomorrow. Now, I got to admit, last week, there was some really good stuff, and I was really excited. And you know what? I'm even going to... I don't know if it's going to... No, it's not going to show on this... So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next screen, because this here, I blame you, Chill. When I saw this, this is all your fault. And this is another blood debt that you have incurred against me. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Well, technically, it's Jimmy's, but it's your fault. By way of your fault. It's your fault. It's all your fault. So, this week, there's some good stuff. There's always good stuff. There's always good stuff. There's always good art. But, last week, I was more excited for the stuff that came out than this week. But like I said, especially like with Marvel, there's good stuff. But there was an awesome Frank Cho cover, which, if you saw the thumbnail, that's what's on there, and that's a variant cover to Catwoman. But, oh, I didn't even open the window. Hold on. So, Absolute Batman number 11 is right here, what you're looking at right now. And Aaron Judge may return to the outfield versus the Red Sox with a 4-game series set to begin Thursday. Yes. And they better win 3 or 4 of the 4 games. Let's see. Covers. And what I also did was, in my quest to figure out exactly what the algorithm was for the thumbnails, because OBS, for some reason, depending on the file size or the size of all the files that you're going to put into your, your what do they call it? I forgot. Sideshow, whatever it's called. I don't know. Like right now for DC, I have 18 total covers, and those covers total 22.1 meg in file size. So, but when you go over to Marvel, geez, there are 40, which total 4.36 meg. So what I had to do is I had to shrink those down further than I did the DC, because there wasn't as many DC covers. But I don't know. Whatever. This is just... I'm going to proceed. So here we have Absolute Batman number 11. Oh, the one good thing that DC does good that Marvel doesn't is that they actually tell me and tell you, by extension, on the cover here, who is the creative team. And this here you can see is Scott Snyder, and it says Man, so I'm going to assume they're talking about Clay Man, maybe. He did X-Men Legacy back in the day. He actually did a cool, because it was when Rogue was the leader, and he did a cool cover of her that I actually have hanging on the wall in the store. And then there is this cover here, which, let me see, there we go. Oh, damn it, I can't zoom in. And big in. Lee Garbett. Lee Garbett did this cover here. There you go. And that is cover B, I think. Let me see. BUPC. Yep, it's cover B. Here we have cover C. Now this one I know. This is by Chris Burnham. And this one, I think I got all the covers, the copies that I ordered. Excuse me. Whoops. Okay, we'll go to the next one then. Here we have Absolute Flash. Number 6, Jeff Lemire, however you say it. Either or. It's all right by me. I know what you're talking about. This is and Nick Robles is doing the art. Sorry, very thirsty. Batman and Robin, Year 1, number 10 is up next. And Mark Waid, Chris Samney, handling the writing and the art. And once I am big in this, I will tell you who did this cover. Oh, it's also by Chris Samney. I didn't see his, or did I? Oh yeah, duh. Bottom right-hand corner, Samney, right there. Clear as can be. Up next, World's Finest, Mark Waid. I don't know, Adrian, maybe? Adrian? And this could be, I'm gonna, I think I know who it is. And his name begins with the letter D. Let's see if I'm correct. I think I went too far. Come on. Since I am big into it, you know what? Jesus. Yeah, I think I went too far in. Jeez. Dan Mora. See, I was right. Oh, and why did this go? I'm going to get this coordinated. There we go. So, yes, Dan Mora did this cover here. Catwoman is up next. And that is Torun Grombeck. And I don't even know who Beirut is. But we'll leave it at that. And y'all don't want to know who did this cover, do you? I mean, it looks cool. But I can tell you it's not as cool as this one. This is Frank Cho. This is also the thumbnail. Now, for the past couple of weeks, I've been using Marvel as the thumbnail, and I'm like, you know what? I got to show DC some love. And this is the one. Look at that. What's up, Hosea? And yes, as Hosea says, thanks, Hosea, hit the like button and subscribe. I don't like saying that stuff, so I appreciate having individuals that will say that for me. Up next, Detective Comics. Now this is issue 1100, 1100, right there. I'm surprised they allowed it to get this high as far as numbering is concerned. And Michael Janin did this cover. Tom Taylor, Greg Rucka, Mariko Tamaki, I think is her name, Dan Waters, Michael. Now, I don't know. I know Martinez Bueno. I know he did The Last House on the Left or whatever it was called with James Tynion. He does some art in there. There's like 3 or 4 different stories in here. And Bill Sienkiewicz does a story in here. That was actually pretty good. Well, not actually. Say it like it was, oh my God, it's impossible. Bill Sienkiewicz did a cover. I mean, a story that was good, but it was. Justice League Red, issue number 1 is up here. Saladin Ahmed, Clayton Henry, and I think Henry did the cover. You know, but we're going to leave it. I don't want to take a chance on him beginning it. But yes, it looks like Henry, so we'll leave it at that. He's doing his very best Rob Liefeld impression. What do I mean by that? Well, look at the background. It's blank. It's white. There's nothing there. Like, come on, Clayton. You couldn't put something back there, dude? Like even background of the watchtower, maybe space, something? But no, you got to go for the basic Liefeld-esque blank background. Minimal to low effort. Way to go. Appreciate that. So let's see. The art inside this issue is good. Don't let this. And there are backgrounds. It's just, I guess, when he got to the cover, he's like, yo, screw this. No, I already did the issue. I'm just going to Liefeld it. But we have Deadman, Cyborg, Power Girl, and a boob window. Oh, why can't I remember this dude's name? Green Lantern. They hardly ever use him or use him in any significant fashion. Oh my goodness. I can't remember his name. Come on, Chill. You know his name. I know you know his name. It's not Sal. Sal. Let's see. Yeah, no, that was not good. I know, right? Well, no, he's not useless. I mean, like, look, they are Simon. Thank you, Simon Baz. Jesus, I knew his name. I just couldn't remember it. But no, he's not useless. Not at all. I mean, you're about to go on to who else you think is useless in the Green Lantern Corps, and you would be wrong, because he is one of the greatest Green Lanterns ever. Let me see. I think I know. Let's try this. Oh, look, they don't even have a that's weird. And the other thing is, they have in Aquaman, they have a blue team. So I don't know if this is a thing that's going to, they're gonna run through every color, every spectrum, kind of like the. And why are they doing that? Kind of like the Green Lantern rings, I guess. Maybe, So if the blue refers to, like the water, I'm assuming. Let's see. Now wait, that's... Okay, see, I haven't read Green Arrow in a while. But that's Red Arrow behind Simon? That can't be right. And Red Arrow, yeah. What? Okay. Whatever. We've already wasted... Oh, and it went back. God damn it. Sorry about that. Crypto is up next. Crypto. Number 3. This is a 6-issue miniseries, so that means this is the halfway point. Look at the gorgeous Jay Lee cover. Oh, and I threw this in. This is the variant, and this is... Why did I do this? This is by... Come on. All right, there it is. I appreciate them putting it in the cover. Nico Henryshan did the variant there. I don't know what's up with Nico, because he used to have an art style. I don't want to say it was like... Well, it was in the style of Art Adams and Nick Bradshaw and Chris Burnham, that kind of thing. And then he did like an adaptation of the Noah's Ark movie, I think it was. That... What's his name? The dude that played Jor-El in Man of Steel. He was also in Gladiator. Australian dude. His name is escaping. Oh my god. I really can't remember his damn name. Russell Crowe. There we go. Russell Crowe. I guess he played Noah or something like that, if I remember correctly. Was it? Didn't... Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to move on. But anyway, his style isn't the way it used to be. It's gotten a little more realistic, I guess. Here we have Nightwing, Dick Grayson. And no, that is not Homelander or Sentry or Superman. To be honest with you, I read it and okay. I mean, yeah. Dan Waters, Dexter Soy. And you know what? I want to zoom in to let you guys know, but well, you know what? Screw it. Dexter Soy. Okay, Dexter Soy did the cover there. Superman Unlimited, number 4, is right here. And that is Dan Slott and Mayer. I don't know what Mayer it is. And Raphael Albuquerque. Doing the art. Right there. Yes, that is Superman Bat. Well, see, Man Bat is in, and we'll just leave it at that. Or something with Man Bat. Then we have a variant cover by Spears. I don't know what his first name is, but everybody seems to love him. I mean, it's not bad, I guess. It's okay. Right? I mean, if you like that sort of thing. I mean, at least it's clear he has the basic understanding of anatomy and physiology. So that right there means he's leagues and bounds better than Rob Liefeld, even though he's just recently started. New Gods, number 9? Yeah, 9. And I gotta tell you, I was disappointed by this issue. Not because of the writing, Ram V, whatever, but because Evan Cagle only does like 2 or 3 pages in here. It's like, dude, come on. And I understand, you know, maybe he needs time. It is a 12-issue miniseries. See, that's what annoyed me even more, is the fact that this is a miniseries and you can't have the main artist, the artist that you sold the book with, doing the majority of the stuff. And I know he has been on, I think, every issue for the first, you know, the 9 issues. But some of them he's gotten help. You know, like this Parr dude, he's filling in, you know, handling the bulk of the art duties, while Cagle only does, like, you know, a page or 2. To me, that's unacceptable, especially when Evan's art is incredible. And honestly, New Gods, I mean, they're okay, but they're almost like the cosmic aspect of Marvel. Like, I'm disinterested in that. But what got me interested in it was his artwork. Like, that was 95% of it. I don't care about Darkseid. I don't care. Well, Barda and Scott, maybe, you know. But, yeah. Disappointing. And last, I'm pretty sure this is last. Let me make sure. Oh, nope. Second to last. Okay. Titans, issue number 26. Layman handles the writing. Rayner, I'm sure it's not Kyle, does the art. And I don't know why I can't remember Layman's name. I can tell you everything that he's done, but I can't remember his first name for some reason. It's been one of those days. But yes, issue number 26 is right here. And I gotta tell you, the art was okay. Just okay. Last but not least, I don't know what Tom King is doing here. But yeah, most man knows. Whatever that is. Yes. As long as Daniel's doing the art, I'm good. Although I kind of want him... Well, no, because I do like seeing him draw Diana. But, yeah. There you go. Moving on to the MCU. Look, it's another Spider-Gwen issue number 1. Because y'all ask for it. Or because that's the only way, whoops, they can get y'all to buy Spider-Gwen. Oh no, see, yeah, this is shrunk down. But I can tell you that David Marquez did this cover. But this is yet another case of Marvel having branding issues. Sure, this started maybe as a joke, as a lark, whatever. when they did the Spider-Verse. What was it? It was a 5-issue miniseries. Each one introduced a different spider. It's like, hey, let's make Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. Okay, we can do that. What are we going to call her? Well, let's just call her Spider-Gwen. Not expecting it to become a thing, you know? Oh, wait. I have a comment. And since I acknowledge chat comments more than other people, I'm surprised you read New Gods already. How many else have you read by Tuesday evening? Well, you know, Chill, as a retailer, there aren't many perks outside of appreciating this stuff. But there are occasions where I read a lot. We'll leave it at that. Elzintros said no one did. No one did what? Ask for a Spider-Gwen? Well, I'm sure she has her fans. But see, the problem, and I will agree with Mr. Monger in this aspect, is that they keep doing these miniseries. Like, miniseries are good if you're going to do it for a random character that you don't want to be a franchise, you know? Like, I don't know, the Great Lake Avengers or something, you know, or something like that. Like, you know, I don't know why they continue to do this. And I'm sure this is going to be a miniseries too. So if she's a franchise character that you're going to keep doing, let her get some bulk, you know, keep the numbering consistent. And this is the thing. On the other hand, though, I do understand why they keep renumbering the books, because y'all that come in, even if you're not a normie, you come in here and you see, oh my God, Detective Comics, it's at 1100. I'm not going to be able to get the other 1099 of these, so I'm not going to buy it. But then it's incumbent on the retailer, the comic store owner, the individual behind the counter, to say, well, you know what? This right here, this begins the next arc. Like, you know, number one, all these number ones, people don't seem to understand that these number ones don't necessarily all start at the ground. Like, it's not the first issue. It's not going to show you how Gwen became Spider-Gwen. It's literally just number one. And usually these books, these stories, they're, for the most part, 6-issue increments for the story. Unless you're like, I don't know, you do a 4-issue miniseries or a 3-issue miniseries, or if you're Bendis and you waste time with your cute little 19 panels, you know, with just 3 words and all 19 panels. It's a waste of space. Tell your story. Like, don't be cute. And he's not. Thankfully, he's not working for Marvel or DC, so we won't talk about him anymore. Because if you talk about him, he's like Candyman. If you say his name more than once, you know, I'm not going to say how many times, because we don't want him to come back. He'll show up. So, but this is number one. Reading this issue is not going to give you the insight to the origin of this character. It's not. Now, she's in a new element. She might have a new cast of characters. Whatever the case may be, it continued from the previous miniseries. You know? I mean, it's almost like, I don't know, like, oh, that was my thumb. It's almost like taking Amazing Spider-Man and every issue, every storyline that he does, once he finishes that storyline, starting the renumbering again, renumbering it to number one. That's stupid. Stop this. Stop this. It's almost a badge of honor. Why title it all new? That automatically makes it a volume 1. Well, no, I think there has been an all-new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider already. I don't know. I don't know, but ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. What's up, WZ? What's up, Basco? So, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I understand the appeal for number ones because there are people that collect number ones. There are people that will buy all of the covers that they put out for number ones that they might not put out for number three because they won't do as many. And I don't even know how many variants. I have two. I have two queued up here. And the only reason is, well, you'll see. You'll see. Because number one is J. Scott Campbell. And this is part of the just spectacular collection that he's doing. And then number two is this one. And the only one I have this one is because this is a foil. And let me see if they say who it is. Matteo Loli. That's who did this. That's it. It's the only reason. And I'm sure there's a couple others. But one, I didn't get them. And number two, like, why bother? I mean, I'm sure there are those fans of those. And this is another thing that Chill has attempted to call out about variants. Like, as if we're forced to buy them. And we're not. Like I just showed you. I showed you the variants that I got. Sure, there were other ones. But that means that I have to know my customer base. And I have to know, like, look at it and be like, yeah, I could sell that. Or that would sell. Or that looks nice. But that's, you don't have to. Yeah, unless I had, when I first started, that OCD where I had to have them all. And I do. In a perfect world, I would like to have every single cover. Just, like, okay, Basco comes in and he's like, yeah, I collect foils. So he would buy this. And then Chill will come in and be like, hey, I like J. Scott Campbell. Then WZ would come in and like, hey, you got any Rob Liefeld covers? Because he's my favorite. And I'll be like, number one, you're an idiot. And then number two, no, because I refuse to stock that individual artist. So, but no, I would have the Liefeld covers for him to get. Because that's what I would want. I would want everybody to get whatever it is they like. That's why they do these variant covers. Yes, they do have it geared towards those fans that have OCD and they have to have every single, it's like Pokemon, you got to get them all. There's an aspect of collectorism that does that. But I think it's also the freedom to choose what cover you like. There are people that have to have the A cover. That's fine. Then there's people that collect foils, like Basco. That's fine. Then there's people that like burning their money and like WZ and get all the Liefeld covers. That's fine too. This is America. As long as the options are available, why shouldn't you have access to it? It's not like we're Canada or something, Come on. So, moving on. Hey, this is Amazing Spider-Man. You want to know what number this is? It is, whoops. Ah, damn it. I went the wrong way. There we go. Okay. It's number 10. Why is it number 10? Because they relaunched it. Now this kind of a little makes sense because they relaunched it with the new creative team. But still, I would prefer that they didn't do it. That they didn't relaunch it. However, I don't know, unless you can barely see it. I'm looking at it on my TV. My TV is about 65 inches, something like that. And underneath, see where it says the brutal new side of Amazing Spider-Man? And let me tell you, this issue, yeah, he was brutal. This issue here, if you look underneath the 10, where it says number 10, right next to the Amazing Spider-Man logo, under there, it has the legacy number. And if you embiggen, oops, where is it? There it is. If you embiggen that legacy number there, it is, I can't, damn it. I shrunk it too low, and I also moved it this way. I got to do something where hitting a keyboard doesn't affect the other thing. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I will go to the main one, which is actually a big size. That's what she did. 1400. Okay. The number that is there is 974. So this is Amazing Spider-Man issue 974. But for sales purposes, It's issue number 10 because they wanted to have another Amazing Spider-Man #1 with 13 different covers and blah, blah, blah. But I guarantee in 26 issues, it will be Amazing Spider-Man 1000. 26 issues. Now, is that going to be, 12, 24, 26? So 2.5 years? No. They'll probably double up some of these issues. Come out bi-weekly or something like that. Watch. Just watch. Basco said, if I were to get back into reading Marvel Comics, what should I read? Well, Basco, what do you like? I mean, of new runs, it just... Oops. That was me in the 90s. See? Yeah, I bet you they love the 90s, even though that's basically what put them on the brink of bankruptcy. And then they had to sell off their properties, and they regretted that. DC had the New 52. Trump, okay. Yeah, we're not going there. Although, I mean, I guess you guys are going to like being the 51st state. So, that's Amazing Spider-Man #10. There we have a J. Scott Campbell cover. Let me see if I can get back to where I was. Back to the future. Okay. Oh, and I only showed this cover. There was like 1 or 2 other covers. Nothing of any consequence. Black Cat, #1. Now, is this a miniseries? I would like to tell you. But in the file name, it only says Black Cat #1. It doesn't say #1 of 6 or #1 of 10 or #1 of whatever. It just says Black Cat #1. Now I am attempting to find this out. Okay, so they don't have a trade right now. The League of Comic Geeks, or I guess they just call themselves Comic Geeks now, I don't know. The app, which I strongly recommend that everybody that's watching this go out and get this app. If you are a comic book fan, this is definitely one app you need. They only have 4 issues. I'm almost positive that there will be more than 4. Because 4 issues, they don't really. The last issue, #3, comes out in October that they have. #4, they don't have a synopsis for it. It's just there. In fact, they just list the writer, which is G. Willow Wilson. And Gleb Melnikov does the art. And I gotta say, the art in this issue was good. I did like it. And there are variants, some of which I will show you. There's this one here by Derek Chu. Then we got, of course, J. Scott Campbell, Ji-Hung Lee. Now, Lee's done other covers, but I wasn't impressed with this one. But that's just me. Here we have Peach Momoko. I think it's written into our Constitution that Peach Momoko has to do a variant cover. At least 1 or 2 weekly minimum. So this is one of them. And last but not least, this Terry and Rachel Dodson. This is a foil variant. And it looks really good. Up next, for those of you that missed it in, 2005, 2006? Let me see. Let me just make sure. I'm almost positive it was 2005. But it could have been, oops, because there's no C. There we go. Jesus Christ, really? There we go. 2006. That was close. I was a year off. We have Civil War, #1, facsimile. Now, I was going to ask, are they going to be facsimileing the rest? But I'll be able to answer that in... Oh, maybe not. The app doesn't tell me. It has a bunch of Civil War listings here, but not, I don't know what they have this under. Oh God, Civil War 2. I'm trying to see. I think they do, because they did it for Secret Wars, where they facsimiled all 12 issues. I'm almost positive they're going to facsimile this. Let's just pretend they will. Yeah, because it doesn't show me here. But this is the facsimile for issue number 1. Mark Millar, Steve McNiven, Dexter Vines. And I can't see Hollowell. I can't read the first name there. Maury, maybe? Whatever. Here we go. But I gotta say, McNiven's art in here, brilliant. Brilliant. It was good seeing it again. Except knowing that there were going to be like 9,432 crossover tie-in issues. I'm trying to stall y'all so I can find out if there's going to be, but I can't. It won't show it. Facsimiles. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It'll show the issue, but it won't show, like, you know, if there's 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, I gotta let it go. I'm still looking for it, but I can't find it. So we'll move on. Moving on. Oh, I didn't put the covers. Well, there's 2 facsimiles, and they're both foils. One was the Michael Turner, which looked really nice, which had Cap holding the shield looking down, and then the heroes behind him. And then there was another one, which I think was Greg Land, if I remember correctly. But regardless, if your store has that Michael Turner foil, mine are all gone. That's probably why I didn't show it. You should grab it. Here we have Exceptional X-Men, number 12. Yeah. Eve Ewing and Manson. I don't know who Manson's first name is. And it's not Manson as in Charles. Mancin. Yeah. Number 12. Looks like Kitty's still in the group. And I'm assuming Emma is going to be there too. In case you missed it the first time around, here is a second printing of Fantastic Four number 1. Number 2 came out 2 weeks ago. Or was it last week? Last week or 2 weeks ago. And this is a Mahmoud Asrar variant. This was actually a foil for number 1. The first printing, rather. Yeah. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe, number 2. Mark Brooks doing this cover here. Then there's also this one. This is the Dave Watchter Marvelized Mecha Ghost Rider Zilla variant. What? That's the name of this cover. This one's pretty cool. This is, and I thought for a second this might have been, because it looks very Walt Simonson-esque, at least as far as like the bright circle around his head. But no, this is Jeff Zorno, and this is a fan favorite variant. Why is it a fan favorite? No clue. And last but not least, this is a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. King Ghidorah. Imperial, number 3, is up next. Jonathan Hickman, Federico Vicente, Ivan Coelho, and Federico Zeppeli. Let me see, it'll come up on my screen, because I can't see it on the monitor. It's very, very, very tiny. Lee, yeah, okay, there we go. And I think this is the penultimate issue. I think it's only 4 issues. So, yeah. Here we have a J. Scott Campbell variant. You know what, hold on. I really Where is the monitoring? I'll turn off this monitoring because it's really... I'm echoing in my head. There we go. Okay. Much, 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 much better. And this is Richard Rider. Richard Rider. I think, yeah, this is the Javier Garron 4-part connecting variant. So this is part number 3. Chill got the Civil War trade paperback. My must-have. What's your must-have? Imperial or one of the covers? And then we have this Mateus Mahanini variant. I like this. Got all the main characters in here. You got Nova. You got Peter Quill. You got Black Panther. You got the Hulk. And you got She-Hulk. He said Imperial. Oh. Yeah, see, I again, cosmic, like, you know, disinterested. I like that Jonathan Hickman's doing it, and it's coming out on something resembling a on time, but just cosmic stuff doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't know why. Okay, back. Always was a Spider-Man and X-Men, and always got any crossovers. Well, I mean, dude, Spider-Man. There's so many Spider titles you can choose from. In fact, actually, there's a Spider-Man and Wolverine book that's going on right now. How long that's going to be, I don't know. Which Black Panther? I believe T'Child is the Black Panther that's being focused on in Imperial. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully. And then here we have Scotty Young. Scotty Young variant. Speaking of T'Child. Look at that. That's awesome. Now up next is a book that's incredible. And it's a one-shot, unfortunately. Hopefully, maybe they might do more. I don't know. It would be nice if they did. But this one here, Marvel All-in-One, The Thing versus the Marvel Universe. Now, I won't tell you why Ben is fighting the Marvel Universe. I will tell you that this book is awesome, though. Why is it awesome? Because Ed McGuinness, artist extraordinaire, and he is somebody deserving of that label, draws the entire book. And it's all splash pages, which means that you get to see his art. There are no panels, like small ass panels that, you know, restrict his art. It's all embiggened. It's incredible. It's really good. The story's fun. The art is incredible. This is definitely a book you need to pick up. And there's only one. There will only be one. Self-contained story. One issue. That's it. And you get to see the Thing wreck a lot of shit. And there's a variant cover. This one here is by Patrick Gleason, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And like I said, there's at least a minimum of 2. A minimum. Here's number 2, Peach Momoko. So, I would strongly suggest getting that. This here is New Avengers. And yes, that is Carnage in an Avengers team. But it kind of makes sense because it isn't Cletus who's Carnage anymore. There's been a shifting in the symbiote ownership. And that's actually Flash Thompson. So, I guess he's trying to rehabilitate Carnage. Which I really don't like, because there should be like one clearly psychopathic symbiote. Let's not make them all good, you know? But I'm sure there's like 9 million other ones that I'm not aware of, because the symbiotes are like the cosmic things. Like, it's just, there's so many of them. Like, I'm not interested. Yeah. I'll do Venom. occasionally. That's about it. That's all I need. And Carnage. I mean, if Carnage is the bad guy, but yeah, that's Namor. That's X-23. That's Nat. That's Bucky. And Carnage. And they're fighting a Hulk. But there's a J. Scott Campbell cover. At first, I was initially upset that he did give her the Winter Soldier hairdo. I was like, why didn't you go for Iron Man 2? But I'm okay with it. Psylocke is up next. Well, for the last time. Because this is issue number 10. And apparently, they're going to be doing 10-issue arcs now. Because this is going to be ending at 10. Magic is going to be ending at 10. And it's weird because both of these characters are featured in the Marvel game Marvel Rivals. And as monotonous as that game is, it has its fans. So I don't understand why they're not leaning into that. But they are not. They're ending this right here, number 10. And I believe that's a Mahmoud Asrar cover there. I can see the signature below her right foot. But yeah, final issue. And there's a J. Scott Campbell variant cover right there. Spider-Girl, issue number 3. David Nakayama doing that cover there. Torun Grombeck. And I don't know who did the art. But I can tell you, I wasn't impressed by the art. It's in that style of whoever is doing Moon Knight. And there was another book that was similar to that. Capo something. I think it's Italian. But I'm just not a fan of it. It's like Simone Di Maio, but not as good. Like Simone's art is on another level compared to these people. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like everybody's at like an angle. Like when if you go to your store tomorrow, or you come here, wherever you are, and you look at it, like all the characters are at like a 45-degree angle. Like the way they draw them, it's like I wasn't, and I'm not being hyperbolic. It's true. But Storm survived past 10. She did, and her artwork in there by Lucas Wernick is still excellent. Excellent. Star Wars issue number 4. Phil Noto is doing the art. I'm not sure who's doing the story. Oh wait, there it is. It's up in the corner there. Can I get to it? Can I do it? It is written by, is it Alex Segura? Alex Segura? Segura, whoever Segura is. I'm pretty sure it's Alex. But, yeah. The Vision and Scarlet Witch, number 4. Here's another character. They continue to give her series. It's almost like what they were doing with Betsy Braddock. Like, they kept trying to make her happen. And it's like, stop renumbering. Stop, like, it was just, dude, be consistent. Have an ongoing. That'll get people involved in it. That'll actually, if they care about the character at all, they will seek out the issues, the previous issues. And hopefully the store owner will have them. Steve Orlando, same creator. I don't know, Camagni, yeah, Camagni is doing the art. And the art is okay. And I think Russell Dowderman did the cover. Yeah, Russell did the cover. I can see his RD there. But it's like give her a title. Let the title continue. You know? I mean, you're going to be doing Vision Quest pretty soon. Like, lead into that. Do something. Like, how is this? This is like rocket science. I mean, it's not like rocket science. Like, you can figure this out. Like, you know? Jesus Christ. Ultimate Black Panther, number 19. Brian Edward Hill. Nieto. I don't know Nieto's first name. But I'm kind of... Wasn't it... This was... what's his face? Oh my goodness. Stefano Caselli. Wasn't this Caselli? Didn't Caselli? Wasn't Caselli doing Ultimate Black Panther? I don't know what happened to him. But that's it. Venom. Black, White, and Blood. is right here. I would like to tell you who did this cover. Oh, I can tell you who did this cover because I can see his signature. This is... Oh, wait. Is it? Greg Capullo. Okay. It's by his right arm. His right hand. You can see it right next to the tree. Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo. Then we have this one, which I believe it is. Mark Bagley. Bottom right-hand corner. Bagley, right there. Now, those are nice. It will be on my pull, but I need to catch up. Catch up on what? Not Venom. So, Ultimate Black Panther, right? I'm assuming, because if you're talking, if there's a Canadian delay, you were talking about Ultimate Black Panther. Those two are nice. I mean, you know, can't go wrong. I mean, it's Greg Capullo, and then this one's Mark Bagley. Two greats, but this Sanford Green cover is badass right here. I dig this one a lot. And I was thinking about making this thumbnail, but again, it's been Marvel for the past couple of weeks, so I wanted to like spread it out and actually, you know, give DC a little rub. So I didn't make it that, but this one's out there too. And exceeding the minimum, the mandatory minimum of Peach Momoko covers, there's also this one here. So you're getting 3 Peach Momoko covers this week. Poor girl. And we got one more title, and then we're done. We are done, my friends. This is Wolverine, issue number 12. 12. I'd like to tell you who wrote it. I'd like to tell you who drew it. Oh, wait. Saladin Ahmed, I think, is doing the writing. I can't tell you who's doing the drawing. Don't read it. Looks like he's having a bad day, though. I mean, look at all those knives in his back, daggers in his back. And I think that's, I remember seeing they had it on the cover who that was. Howlett. I don't know what her first name was. I don't know if that's his mother or his wife, or because when they did that stupid origin series back in the 2000s, excuse me, trying to explain Wolverine, like nobody asked for that. How many years was Chris Claremont writing him, and we knew the bare minimum of him, and that's all we needed. And then, of course, we got a J. Scott Campbell cover, my friends. Oh, surprisingly, we have some indie titles this week. Here is Mothra number 5. Sadly, this is the final issue of this 5-issue miniseries. This one here is by Sophie Campbell, this cover. Sophie's also doing the Supergirl series for DC. And this one here, I wish I could tell you who this was. I don't know. I only know that Sophie did the other cover because it's in the back they actually give the name. I'm trying to see if, yeah, it doesn't have the, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Covers... Ignore my clicking. Oh, there we go. Someone named Smith. I don't know what his first name is, but that's who did this cover. But honestly, I prefer Sophie's cover. It's basic, and I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that as an insult. Not that this one, like, you know, oh my God, there's too much going on or whatever. No, this looks good too, but I prefer this one. And Matt Frank is doing the interiors. So... Hopefully, they will get this team to do another run, or better yet, give Mothra a series. But then again, they don't really give Godzilla. They have Godzilla miniseries, except for the book that's currently ongoing now. I think it's ongoing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Nation number 9. Number 9. Can you believe that? And this cover is by Declan Shalvey. The Umbrella Academy Plan B, issue number 2. Gabriel Ba did this cover here, And Roger Cruz did this cover right here. Although, technically, I mean, is this the Umbrella Academy? Really? I haven't read this, so I don't know where they last were, but this doesn't... Oops, wrong way. Oops, sorry. This doesn't exactly look like the Umbrella Academy to me, but what do I know? Here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT Journeys, issue number 1. This is cover A by Laird and Dooney, is what it says on the file name right there. And then this one is by Eastman, Kevin Eastman. I think this is a miniseries. I'm almost positive it is. It's a reprinting. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know why I got to do this. It's just I'm not up on my Turtles history. But this is a reprinting of an old Turtles thing. Let's see. Here we go. A lost piece of TMNT history brought back to light. 24 years ago, legendary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles co-creator Peter Laird joined forces with Jim Lawson and the legendary talent at Mirage Studios to continue the epic journey of the Ninja Turtles in the 4th volume of their ongoing series. TMNT Journeys reprints that epic series here for the very first time. The Ninja Turtles are growing up and facing off against new, frightening dangers that could tear the 4 brothers apart and change New York City forever. Meanwhile, April and Casey Jones prepare for the next step in their relationship as they're expecting a baby. What? And Master Splinter trains with Shadow Jones for the dark forces threatening the family ahead. So there you go. That's what this is all about. It doesn't say how many issues it'll be. Just that this is the series here. Yeah. And last but not least, Valiant Beyond. Tales of the Shadow Man number 1. New origin and new universe. New starting point. Number 1. There you go. IDW releasing. I mean, hey, they've always been the Switzerland of the comic book industry, releasing things that aren't necessarily theirs, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, hopefully it won't be as problematic as Bloodsport was, apparently. I don't know. And that, my friends, is it. Those are all the titles that will be released this week here and other stores across the country. However many stores are left over, we will have these. Some I might have more. There are some variants that I didn't have, and some might not have some of the variants that I did. But that's okay. If I am your comic book store, I will see you tomorrow. Or if you want to get in touch with me tonight, you saw anything here, if you saw something, say something, let me know. You can get in touch with me through direct.me/RogueComics or any of those other, if you want to do it the long way. You can do Rogue Comics CT at Facebook or Rogue Comics on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Or you can just go to direct.me/RogueComics and all the buttons will be there for you. Tell me what you want, and I will put it aside for you. But if I'm not your local comic book store, have a good new comic book day tomorrow. If you want, after you get your stuff, feel free to leave something in the comments. Let me know what you got and what you thought of it. I mean, that would be helpful because I only get my customers, so I only know what my customers like. I'd be curious to see what other people across this great nation of ours are going to be getting. Well, actually beyond too, because there are Canadian and New Zealand individuals who popped in. So I'd be curious to know what you all got. If you are so inclined to do so, that'd be cool. Thanks to the 4 people that liked this stream. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Chill, Basco, El Zintros, WZ, Hosea, and there may or may not be a Fortnite stream tonight. Not sure. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, have a great, excellent new comic book day.